Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you a neat trick with Python zip function. It makes looping through two lists at the same time very easy. So let's jump right into it. So imagine you have two lists. Let's say you have names. Here you have names of your friends and another with their respective ages. So another list has their ages. So as you can see here, Akshat is 25 years old, Tulika is 30, and Rahul is 20. Now we want to print each name with its corresponding age. So how can we do it? If we were to do it without using a zip function, we would probably use a index variable. So I will say for I in range, and then we'll loop over all the items. How many times do we need to loop over? We need to loop over as many times as we have the number of elements in our list. So I can find the number of elements in the list using len function. So this returns 3. So we want to basically loop over 3 times. The value of I here would range from 0 to 2, 0, 1, and 2, because this 3 is not included in the range function. Now I want to basically go ahead and print this f string. I'll say name I is the index, is, and then we'll say ages, and then again reference the age using the index here, years old. So here we have used formatted string. If you don't know about formatted string, you can check out my video on formatted string. Now let's go ahead and run it. And this is what we have got. So yeah, this works, but it's clunky and error prone. We have to ensure that we keep the track of the index. And what if the two lists that we have here aren't of the same length? So zip can simplify this. Zip is specifically used when you want to loop over one or more iterable at the same time. So let's try the same thing with zip. So for zip, we'll say for name, comma, age in zip. So I'll zip the two together, the names variable and the ages here. And here in the name variable, I'm capturing the name of the person, the age, I'm capturing each age. Let's go ahead and print it. So for printing, I'm going to again use f string here. So f name is age years old. Akshat is 25 years old. That's what I want. Let's close the bracket. And you see, with just one line, we can iterate over both the lists simultaneously. But wait, what really happened under the hood? What is actually going on here with this code? So let's go ahead and print the output of this zip function here. So the output might look mysterious to you, but it's just a zip object. So zip creates an iterator, something you can go over, you can use it in a loop, like we are using here in the for loop. And it pairs the elements of the two lists together. Now, as you can see, we cannot see the objects directly, so we can convert them first into a list and then view them. So let's just convert this zip into a list. So I'll say list, and this will convert it into a list here. You can go ahead and convert it into a dictionary also if you want. Let me show that as well. This will convert it to dictionary. The dict here, the dict function. Now, what is the output of the list? So the output of the list is the list of tuple. Each tuple is of length 2. The first item of the tuple is the names. the name of the person, and the second item of the tuple is the age of the person. So each tuple pair, pa- so each tuple pairs a name with its corresponding age. This is exactly what zip does. It bundles together elements for each iterable. And it doesn't have to be two iterables. It could be even three or more iterables. So let's go ahead and try with one more iterable. Let's say I have one more iterable. Let's say salary of the person. Just putting some random numbers here. Now, if I zip them, let's just go ahead and do this. And I'll take salary also now in the mix. And this is what I'm getting. So it's bundling together elements, the corresponding elements from each iterable into a tuple. Now we can go ahead and unzip a list of tuples back to the separate lists as well. So let's say we have this list of tuples and let's just save it down in some variable. Let's go ahead and say zipped pairs. Now what we want to do is we want to take the zipped pairs and we want to unzip it. So maybe we want to now create two lists. One will have all the names, another one will have all the age. So how can we do that? The syntax goes like this: zip, asterisk, then the zipped pairs you would pass. And let's just run it. This is what we are getting. If you want to see what's in here, you need to convert it to a list. It has given us list of these two tuples. That is what we wanted. Now it's easy. Once you have got list, you can go ahead and say, fetch it in a variable. Let's just call it X. And this is what the X looks like. So X here is your tuple of all the names, and X1 here is the tuple of all the ages. Now, if you want to convert it to list, that's pretty simple. Just put in list here. So this is how, using zip, you can go ahead and unzip your items as well. But what is exactly happening here, right? How are we unzipping the items? What is up with this asterisk? So using an asterisk before the zipped pair tells Python that take each element in this list and pass it as a separate argument. So this is one list, this is one element, this is second element, and this is third element. These are passed as separate argument to my zip function. So if I have to write this, like the equivalent form of this right here, if I take this, this is equivalent to writing zip and the separate items, as if I'm passing this. Instead of passing list of tuples, I'm passing the individual tuples to my zip function. So this and this are the same thing. Now think about it. Let's forget about this notation here, but what if you pass this? Now you're basically passing three iterables, right? This is iterable 1, this is iterable 2, this is iterable 3. And what does zip do? The zip basically bundles all the corresponding items in each iterable. So this is my iterable 1, 2, and 3. So it will bundle all the items at position 1. So what will it give me? Akshat, Tulika, and Rahul as one tuple, and 25, 30, and 20 as another tuple. Let's just try running it. I'll probably go ahead and comment this and comment this as well. And this is what we are getting. If you want to print it, you can just use list here. And this is what we have. So this right here and this right here is similar. So now you know why this S trick works in unzipping our items. Now you have seen exactly what zip does behind the scenes and how it simplifies pairing data from multiple iterables. I hope now you will start using zip while writing your code. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the chat and I'll try to answer them. As always, happy coding and see you in the next one.